Robert Hanssen was one of the most notorious spies in American history. He was an FBI agent who betrayed his country for more than 15 years, selling secrets to the Soviet Union and later Russia for cash and diamonds. He compromised the lives of several U.S. agents and exposed some of the most sensitive intelligence operations of the Cold War era. But how did he manage to evade detection for so long? And how did the FBI finally catch him in 2001? Hanssen was a master of deception and tradecraft. He used various aliases, such as Ramon Garcia, Jim Baker, G. Robertson, Gray Suit, and B, to communicate with his handlers. He never met them face to face, but used dead drop sites, where he would leave packages of classified documents or computer disks for them to pick up later. He also received payments and instructions from them at these locations. He used different methods to signal when a drop was ready or completed, such as marking a piece of tape on a signpost or moving a plastic bag under a bridge. One of his favorite dead drop sites was Foxstone Park, a wooded area near his home in Vienna, Virginia. He had used this site since 1985 and had made at least 20 drops there over the years. He felt confident that he could operate there without being noticed by anyone. However, by 2000, the FBI had narrowed down their search for the mole to Hanssen. They had obtained a file from a Russian defector that contained information about an anonymous spy who matched Hanssen's profile. They also analyzed Hanssen's fingerprints and voice recordings and found matches with some of the materials left by the spy. They decided to launch a covert operation to catch him red-handed. They assigned a young FBI agent named Eric O'Neill to work as Hanssen's assistant in a new unit that was supposedly created to investigate cybercrime. O'Neill's real mission was to monitor Hanssen's activities and report any suspicious behavior to his superiors. He also planted a hidden camera and microphone in Hanssen's office and car. O'Neill soon discovered that Hanssen was using his computer to access classified databases and download documents that were not related to his work. He also noticed that Hanssen often visited Foxstone Park on his way home from work or on weekends. He reported these findings to his handlers, who confirmed that Hanssen was preparing for another drop. The FBI decided to set up a trap for Hanssen at Foxstone Park. They created a fake assignment for him that involved investigating a Russian hacker who had allegedly stolen some sensitive data from the U.S. government. They told him that he had to deliver a package containing some evidence to an undercover agent who would meet him at the park on February 18th. Hanssen agreed to do the assignment, but he had another plan in mind. He decided to use this opportunity to make another drop for his Russian contacts. He prepared 2 packages. One with the fake evidence for the FBI agent, and another with some real secrets for the Russians. He hid both packages in his car and drove to Foxstone Park. He arrived at the park around 9:30 a.m. and parked his car near the entrance. He took out the package for the Russians and walked towards the footbridge where he usually left his drops. He taped the package under the bridge and moved a plastic bag nearby to signal that it was ready. He then returned to his car and waited for the FBI agent to show up. However, he did not know that he was being watched by dozens of FBI agents who had surrounded the park. They had also installed cameras and microphones near the bridge and recorded his every move. As soon as Hanssen left his car, they moved in and arrested him without any resistance. They searched his car and found the other package with the fake evidence. They also found a loaded pistol, a knife, night vision goggles, duct tape, handcuffs, and $50,000 in cash. They took him to a nearby FBI office and interrogated him for hours. They confronted him with all the evidence they had gathered against him over the years. They showed him photos of some of the agents he had betrayed who were executed by the Russians. They played recordings of his voice talking to his handlers. Hanssen initially denied everything, but eventually confessed to being a spy. He said he did it for money, but also for thrill and ego. He said he felt bored and unappreciated by his job and his family. He said he wanted to prove his intelligence and skills to himself and to the Russians. He also expressed some remorse for his actions, saying he had made a terrible mistake and betrayed his country and his faith. He said he hoped for forgiveness from God and his family. Hanssen was charged with 15 counts of espionage and one of conspiracy to commit espionage. He faced the death penalty, but agreed to plead guilty in exchange for a life sentence without parole. He also agreed to cooperate with the FBI and reveal everything he knew about his spying activities. He was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms and sent to a maximum security prison in Colorado, where he spent the rest of his days in solitary confinement. He died in 2023, at the age of 79, leaving behind a legacy of betrayal and damage that still haunts the U.S. intelligence community.